Good morning. Picture this: you wake up. The sun's just peeking through the window. But instead of feeling ready to seize the day, there's a heaviness in your body. Your legs feel like they're moving through molasses. Your mind's a little foggy. And that spark of energy you used to rely on seems to have flickered out. Maybe you've noticed it in quieter moments when you're with your partner. And the desire or confidence you once felt just isn't there. For so many men over 60, these changes creep in, and it's easy to point the finger at age. You might think, this is just what happens when you get older. But what if I told you that aging isn't the whole story? What if the real thief stealing your vitality is something far simpler, something you can fix starting with what's on your breakfast plate? The truth is, a few missing nutrients could be holding you back. And the good news is, you have the power to change that, right from your own kitchen. I'm Dr. Hannah Cole, and for nearly 50 years, I've dedicated my life to helping men rediscover the strength, energy, and confidence they thought were gone for good. At 85, I'm still in the clinic every day, working with thousands of patients across my career, men just like you, who believed their best days were behind them, only to find that small, practical changes could bring them back to life. My approach isn't about quick-fix pills or risky procedures. It's about giving your body the natural tools it craves to thrive, using foods and habits you can start today. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s transform their energy and intimacy with solutions so simple they wished they'd started sooner. And today, I'm here to share those solutions with you. Let me tell you about John, a 67-year-old grandfather who walked into my office looking defeated. John was a man who loved life playing catch with his grandkids, sharing quiet evenings with his wife. Sarah, but something had changed. Mornings felt like a slog. He'd wake up tired despite sleeping through the night. His focus was slipping, making it hard to keep up with conversations or even enjoy his favorite hobbies. Worst of all, intimacy with Sarah had become a source of frustration. He felt disconnected, embarrassed, and convinced that age had finally caught up with him. John's story broke my heart because I've seen it so many times. But here's the thing, John's problem wasn't just age. Tests showed he was missing key vitamins his body needed to stay vital. With a few simple tweaks to his daily routine changes you can make in your own kitchen, John started feeling sharper, stronger, and more connected to Sarah in just a few weeks. His smile came back, and so did his confidence. Today, I'm going to share the 3 essential vitamins that can help you reclaim that same vitality vitamins that boost your energy, enhance your performance, and restore the confidence that makes you feel like you again. These aren't expensive supplements or complicated diets. They're nutrients found in foods you likely already have in your fridge or pantry. We'll dive into why men over 60 face a silent crisis that saps their energy and desire, how these 3 vitamins can turn things around, and 2 common mistakes that could stop you from seeing results. I promise you'll walk away with clear, practical steps to start feeling better, maybe even as soon as tomorrow. Before we get started, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt that morning sluggishness, like your get up and go just isn't there? Type 1 in the comments if that sounds familiar, or 0 if you're still feeling unstoppable. And please, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss these practical health tips. This is your moment to take control, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. So, let's dive in and uncover what's really happening to your body after 60 and how you can fight back starting today. Let's talk about something that sneaks up on so many men over 60. A quiet shift that can feel like the world slowing down around you. Maybe you've noticed it a morning where you wake up, but the energy to tackle the day just isn't there. Your body feels heavier, your mind a little hazy, like you're trying to focus through a fog. Perhaps you've caught yourself staring at your coffee, wondering why even a good night's sleep doesn't recharge you the way it used to. Or maybe it's more personal, those moments with your partner, where the connection, the desire, or even the physical spark feels like it's slipping away. It's so easy to look in the mirror and think, well, I'm getting older. This is just how it goes. But I'm here to tell you that age isn't the whole story. Your body is still capable of strength, vitality, and those moments of joy that make life feel full if you give it the right tools. In my nearly 50 years as a doctor, I've worked with thousands of men who felt like their best days were behind them. They walked into my clinic carrying the weight of fatigue, frustration, or even embarrassment, convinced that time had taken something they could never get back. But time and again, I've seen the truth. What feels like aging is often a mix of fixable factors quietly draining your energy and confidence. Your body isn't giving up on you. It's crying out for the nutrients and care it needs to keep going strong. Let's peel back the curtain on what's really happening inside you after 60, because understanding this is the first step to taking control. At the heart of it all is your neurohormonal system, the invisible command center that drives your energy, desire, and performance. Think of it like the engine of a car you've relied on for years. It still runs, but it needs the right fuel and maintenance to hum like it used to. After 60, your testosterone levels naturally start to dip, dropping about 1% each year. This hormone isn't just about muscle or masculinity, it's a key player in your energy, mood, and libido. At the same time, nitric oxide, a molecule that keeps your blood vessels flexible and open, starts to decline. That flexibility is crucial for healthy circulation, not just to your heart, but to your pelvic region, supporting strong erections and overall vitality. And then there's your metabolism, which slows down with age, making it harder for your body to turn food into the energy you need to feel alive. These changes sound daunting, but here's where it gets interesting. They're not just normal aging you have to accept. They're often amplified by things you can change. For starters, micronutrient deficiencies are incredibly common. A 2018 study from the Mayo Clinic found that 70% of men over 60 are missing at least one key nutrient tied to energy or sexual health. Poor diet, think processed foods, too few vegetables, or skipping meals can starve your body of what it needs. Chronic stress, whether from work, family, or just the weight of daily life, can accelerate these declines. A Harvard study from the T.A.H. Chan School of Public Health showed that stress and poor nutrition can speed up hormonal decline by as much as 15%. Even medications many men take, like statins for cholesterol or acid blockers for heartburn, can quietly deplete essential vitamins, leaving you feeling drained without you even realizing why. The signs creep in so subtly you might brush them off at first. Maybe you wake up tired, even after 8 hours of sleep, and it feels like your battery never fully charges. Perhaps you're forgetting small things where you parked the car, the name of a neighbor, and it's starting to worry you. For some, it's a dip in libido, where intimacy with your partner feels more like a task than a joy. Others notice physical clues, like needing to get up multiple times at night to use the bathroom or a nagging ache in your muscles that wasn't there before. These aren't just random annoyances, they're your body waving a flag, telling you it's struggling to keep up. Low testosterone can sap your drive and energy, while poor nitric oxide production limits blood flow, affecting everything from your stamina to your intimate health. Let me share a story about Michael, a 64-year-old retired teacher who walked into my clinic feeling like he was only half alive. Michael loved his life spending weekends with his grandkids, tinkering in his garden, and sharing quiet dinners with his wife, Linda. But over the past year, something had shifted. He'd wake up feeling foggy, like his brain was stuck in low gear. By midday, he was dragging, barely able to keep up with his grandkids' energy. Worst of all, he felt distant from Linda. Intimacy had become a source of stress, and he was starting to wonder if this was just his new normal. Michael thought age was the culprit, and it broke my heart to see the resignation in his eyes. But when we ran some tests, the truth came out. Michael was low in several key vitamins his body needed to function at its best. His diet was heavy on processed carbs, stress from a recent move was taking a toll, and his cholesterol medication wasn't helping. With a few targeted changes, simple tweaks to what he ate, and how he approached his day, Michael started to feel like himself again. In just 2 weeks, his mornings were brighter, his focus sharper, and he and Linda were laughing together like they hadn't in years. Michael's story isn't rare. I've seen it play out with countless men who thought their vitality was gone for good, only to discover their bodies were ready to bounce back with the right support. Your body wants to thrive. It's built to keep going, to carry you through mornings full of energy, days spent with the people you love, and moments of connection that make life meaningful. The key is giving it the nutrients it's been missing, the ones that fuel your neurohormonal system and keep your circulation strong. You don't need to accept fatigue or fading desire as your fate. The science is clear, and the solutions are simpler than you might think. So, what's the first step to reclaiming that vitality? It starts with a nutrient you've likely heard of but might not realize is a powerhouse for men over 60. Let's dive into vitamin C and how it can start turning things around for you, just like it did for Michael. Let's dive into a nutrient that might surprise you with its power, especially for men over 60. You've probably heard of vitamin C. Maybe you think of it as the go-to for warding off a cold or boosting your immune system. But this humble vitamin is so much more than that. It's a true powerhouse, working behind the scenes to recharge your energy, sharpen your mind, and even reignite the spark in your intimate life for too many men. Vitamin C is quietly missing from their daily routine, and that absence can leave you feeling like you're running on empty. The good news: this is something you can start fixing today, with simple changes that fit right into your life. As we get older, our bodies don't always get the vitamin C they need. Maybe you're not spending as much time outdoors, soaking up the benefits of fresh air and sunlight, which can influence how your body uses nutrients. Or perhaps your diet has shifted more convenience foods, fewer fresh fruits and vegetables. Over time, these small changes add up, and your body starts to feel the pinch. Vitamin C isn't just a nice-to-have. It's essential for keeping your body firing on all cylinders. When levels drop, you might notice it in subtle ways: a little less pep in your step, a foggy feeling in your head, or even a sense that intimacy isn't what it used to be. I've seen this in my clinic time and again. Men who thought they were just getting old were actually missing this key nutrient that their bodies were craving. So, why is vitamin C such a game changer? Picture your blood vessels as a network of highways, carrying energy and oxygen to every part of your body. Your heart, your brain, your muscles, and yes, your pelvic region. Vitamin C is like the crew that keeps those highways smooth and open. It strengthens the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your arteries, so blood can flow freely. When your blood vessels are flexible, they deliver oxygen and nutrients where you need them most, boosting your energy and supporting stronger, more reliable erections. Vitamin C also works like a guardian for nitric oxide, a molecule that helps your blood vessels relax and stay open. This is critical not just for your heart, but for intimacy, helping you feel confident and connected with your partner. And it doesn't stop there. Vitamin C supports collagen production, which keeps your joints strong and reduces those nagging aches that can slow you down. A 2020 study from the National Institutes of Health found that men with higher vitamin C levels had 20% better blood flow and lower blood pressure, along with sharper memory and a brighter mood. That's the kind of difference you can feel, day in and day out. Let me tell you about Robert, a 66-year-old former mechanic who walked into my clinic with a weight on his shoulders. Robert was the kind of man who loved tinkering in his garage, grilling with his family, and stealing quiet moments with his partner, Ellen. But over the past year, he felt like he was losing his edge. Mornings were a struggle. He'd wake up sluggish, even after a full night's sleep. His joints ached, making it hard to enjoy his hobbies. Worst of all, intimacy with Ellen had become a source of stress. He felt embarrassed, like he was letting her down, and he was convinced age was to blame. I could see the frustration in his eyes, and it reminded me of so many men I've helped over the years. When we tested Robert, the results were clear. His vitamin C levels were low, likely because his diet leaned heavily on processed foods like toast and cereal, with hardly any fresh produce. I suggested a simple change, adding more vitamin C through foods he already liked and a small supplement. Within days, Robert noticed a spark of energy he hadn't felt in years. His mornings felt lighter, his joints less stiff, and he started to feel that confidence returning in his relationship with Ellen. By our next visit, he was smiling, telling me how he and Ellen were laughing together again, like they did in their early days. Robert's story is a reminder that your body is always ready to work with you. It just needs the right fuel. Vitamin C is like a key that unlocks better circulation, more energy, and a sharper mind. It's not about chasing miracles or complicated diets. It's about giving your body what it's been missing. And the best part, you don't have to wait long to feel the difference. In my experience, men who start boosting their vitamin C often notice small changes in just a few days: less fatigue, clearer thinking, and a sense of being more present in their lives. You might already have the ingredients for this change in your kitchen, waiting to help you feel like yourself again. So, how do you make vitamin C work for you in a way that's simple and sustainable? Let's explore the practical steps to bring this nutrient into your daily routine, so you can start feeling that lift just like Robert did. Now that you know why vitamin C is such a vital spark for your energy, circulation, and confidence, let's talk about how to bring this powerhouse nutrient into your life in a way that's simple, practical, and feels like second nature. The beauty of vitamin C is that it's not about chasing complicated diets or expensive pills. It's about small, intentional choices that fit into your daily routine. Whether you're grabbing a quick breakfast before heading out or enjoying a quiet moment with your morning coffee, you can start recharging your body today. And the best part, You might already have everything you need right in your kitchen. For men over 60, getting enough vitamin C is crucial, but it doesn't have to be a chore. The baseline recommendation is 90 milligrams per day. But to really unlock the benefits, like better blood flow, sharper thinking, and that renewed sense of vitality, aim for 500 to 1,000 milligrams through a combination of foods and, if needed, a supplement. Fresh fruits and vegetables are your best friends here. Picture a juicy orange, bursting with 70 milligrams in just one fruit, or a cup of strawberries, packing 98 milligrams of that vibrant, energy-boosting nutrient. If you're a fan of savory, red bell peppers are a standout, delivering a whopping 190 milligrams per pepper, more than double the daily minimum in a single serving. Even broccoli, steamed or tossed in a salad, gives you 81 milligrams per cup. These aren't exotic foods. They're the kind of ingredients you might already have in your fridge or can pick up on your next grocery run. A simple morning smoothie with a handful of spinach and some berries, or a side of sliced bell peppers with your eggs, can easily get you to that 500 milligram mark. If you're thinking, I'm not a big vegetable guy, don't worry, you don't need to overhaul your meals overnight. Start with what feels doable. Maybe it's adding a handful of strawberries to your morning cereal or slicing an orange to enjoy as a mid-morning snack. These small steps add up, delivering vitamin C in a way that's natural and delicious. I've had patients who were skeptical at first, thinking they'd need to become smoothie enthusiasts or salad fanatics to see a difference. But even small changes, like swapping a side of toast for a cup of sliced kiwi or tossing some bell peppers into your lunch, can make your body feel lighter and more energized. The key is consistency, making vitamin C a regular part of your day, like brushing your teeth or checking the morning news. Sometimes, though, diet alone might not get you to that optimal 500 to 1,000 milligrams, especially if your meals lean toward processed foods or you're not eating as many fruits and vegetables as you'd like. That's where a supplement can be a game changer, and it's easier than you might think to choose the right one. Look for ascorbic acid or buffered vitamin C. These forms are well absorbed and gentle on your stomach. A 500 milligram tablet or capsule, taken with a meal, can fill in the gaps and boost your body's ability to use the vitamin C you're getting from food. One tip: try to avoid taking your supplement with coffee or tea, as the compounds in those drinks can block absorption. Instead, pair it with a glass of water or your breakfast to let your body soak up every bit of goodness. I often suggest tying it to a daily habit, like setting your supplement bottle next to your toothbrush or keeping it on the kitchen counter where you'll see it each morning. That little reminder can make consistency feel effortless. Let me tell you about Tom, a 65-year-old retired electrician who came to me feeling like he was stuck in a rut. Tom was a guy who loved his morning routine coffee, toast, and reading the paper, but he'd started noticing his energy was fading fast. By mid-morning, he felt sluggish, and his joints were stiff, making it hard to enjoy his daily walks with his wife, Carol. Intimacy had become a sore spot, too. He felt self-conscious, like he wasn't the partner he wanted to be. When we checked his vitamin C levels, they were lower than they should be, mostly because his diet was heavy on carbs and light on fresh produce. I suggested something simple: add a morning smoothie with strawberries, spinach, and a splash of orange juice, plus a 500 milligram vitamin C supplement with breakfast. Tom was hesitant. He wasn't a smoothie guy, but he gave it a try. Within a week, he told me he felt a lightness he hadn't noticed in years. His walks with Carol were longer, his joints felt looser, and he even started initiating those quiet, meaningful moments with her again. By our next appointment, Tom was grinning, saying, "Doc, I didn't think a few berries could make me feel this good." Tom's story shows how small, intentional changes can ripple through your life. You don't need to become a health guru or spend hours in the kitchen. Start with one thing. Maybe a handful of berries with your yogurt or a sliced orange as a snack. These choices aren't just about vitamin C. They're about giving your body the fuel it needs to carry you through the day with energy and confidence. Over time, those small steps build into something powerful, a body that feels stronger, a mind that's clearer, and a connection with your partner that feels alive again. I've seen it happen for men just like you, and it can happen for you too. Now that you know how to bring vitamin C into your life, let's talk about another nutrient that's just as crucial for men over 60. It's a mineral that acts like a spark plug for your testosterone and vitality, and it's next on our list. Let's turn our attention to a mineral that might not get the spotlight it deserves. But for men over 60, it's like the spark plug that keeps your body's engine running smoothly. I'm talking about zinc, a nutrient that quietly powers so many parts of your health, your energy, your mood, your confidence, and even those intimate moments that make life feel connected and meaningful. In my nearly 50 years of helping men stay vital, I've seen how often zinc is the missing piece for those who feel like they're losing their edge. The truth is, over 60% of men over 60 are low in zinc, often without a clue it's happening. And when zinc levels dip, say, below 65 micrograms per deciliter, the effects can hit hard. You might feel drained, your drive might fade, or you might find yourself wrestling with mood swings that just don't feel like you. Why is zinc such a big deal? Imagine your body as a complex machine, with hundreds of tiny processes working together to keep you strong and energized. Zinc is like the oil that keeps those processes humming. It supports over 300 enzymes that drive everything, from testosterone production to energy metabolism. Testosterone isn't just about building muscle. It's the fuel behind your vitality, your libido, and even your sense of purpose. Zinc also plays a starring role in prostate health, helping to keep it functioning smoothly and reducing issues like swelling that can disrupt your sleep with constant trips to the bathroom. Those nighttime interruptions aren't just annoying, they can sap your energy and leave you feeling off balance all day. Zinc steps in to help, calming inflammation in the prostate and supporting better sleep, which in turn boosts your mood and intimacy. A 2019 study in the Journal of Urology found that men with higher zinc levels had a 25% lower risk of prostate problems and noticeably better sexual function. That's not just science, it's a difference you can feel in your confidence and connection with your partner. So, why are so many men missing out on this vital mineral? As we age, our bodies don't absorb zinc from food as efficiently as they once did. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a small leak less gets through. And over time, you're left running low. Add to that the fact that many men over 60 are on medications like acid blockers for heartburn, which can block zinc absorption even further. Then there's stress, whether it's worrying about finances, family, or just the daily grind. Chronic stress acts like a thief, quietly draining your zinc stores. I've seen it in my clinic men who are eating what they think is a decent diet, yet their lab results show they're coming up short. The result: a body that feels sluggish, a mind that's less sharp, and a sense of disconnection that can weigh heavy on your heart. Let me tell you about David, a 68-year-old retired firefighter who came to me feeling like a shadow of his former self. David was the kind of guy who'd always been larger-than-life strong, dependable, the one who'd light up a room with his laugh. He loved taking his grandkids fishing and sharing quiet evenings with his wife, Susan. But over the past year, something had shifted. He was waking up multiple times at night to use the bathroom, which left him exhausted by morning. His energy was gone, and he felt like he was letting Susan down in their relationship. Intimacy had become a source of frustration, and he was starting to believe this was just what aging looked like. I could see the defeat in his eyes, and it reminded me of so many men I've worked with over the years. When we ran tests, the results were clear. David was severely zinc deficient, likely due to a diet heavy on processed foods and the acid blockers he'd been taking for years. I suggested a straightforward plan to boost his zinc, and within a month, David was a different man. He was sleeping through the night, his energy was back, and he and Susan were rediscovering those moments of closeness they'd missed. Susan even pulled me aside at a follow-up visit to say, "Dr. Cole, I don't know what you did, but I've got my David back." David's story is a powerful reminder that your body hasn't given up on you. It's just waiting for the right support. Zinc is like a key that unlocks your vitality, helping you feel strong, focused, and connected again. It's not about chasing miracles or turning back the clock. It's about giving your body the tools it needs to thrive, right now, no matter your age. You might already have zinc-rich foods in your pantry or fridge, ready to make a difference. So, how do you bring this mineral into your life in a way that's easy and effective? Let's explore the practical steps to boost your zinc levels and start feeling that spark again, just like David did. Now that you understand how zinc can reignite your energy, confidence, and connection, let's get practical and talk about how to bring this vital mineral into your daily life in a way that's simple, sustainable, and feels like it belongs in your routine. Zinc is one of those nutrients that doesn't demand a complete lifestyle overhaul. You don't need to become a nutrition expert or spend hours planning meals. Instead, it's about making small, smart choices that add up to big changes in how you feel. From the moment you wake up to those quiet evenings with your partner, whether you're grabbing a quick bite or sitting down to a family dinner, you can start boosting your zinc levels today, and the results might surprise you sooner than you think. To harness zinc's power, you'll want to aim for 15 to 30 milligrams daily, an amount that supports your testosterone, prostate health, and overall vitality without overloading your system. Food is your best starting point, and the good news is that zinc-rich options are probably already in your kitchen or easy to find at your local grocery store. Picture a small serving of oysters, which pack an incredible 74 milligrams in just 3 ounces more than enough to cover your daily needs. If oysters aren't your thing, lean beef offers 7 milligrams in a 3-ounce portion, perfect for a lunchtime burger or a hearty stew. For something lighter, a single ounce of pumpkin seeds delivers 10 milligrams. Sprinkle them on your morning oatmeal or keep a small bag for an afternoon snack. Even lentils, with 3 milligrams per cup, can be a great addition to soups or salads. These aren't fancy ingredients. They're everyday foods that fit into meals you already enjoy. A handful of pumpkin seeds with breakfast or a small serving of beef at dinner can go a long way toward giving your body the zinc it's been missing. If your diet doesn't always include these foods, or if you're looking for a reliable way to hit that 15 to 30 milligram target, a supplement can be a great backup. But choosing the right one matters. Zinc citrate or zinc picolinate are your best bets. They're well absorbed and gentle on your stomach. Steer clear of zinc oxide, which doesn't get absorbed as effectively and can leave you with an upset stomach. If you have digestive issues, like trouble absorbing nutrients due to medications or gut problems, talk to your doctor about injectable zinc. It's an option that can make a big difference for some men. When taking a supplement, aim for 15 milligrams daily, and always pair it with a meal to boost absorption. One thing to watch out for: avoid taking zinc with dairy or coffee, as they can block how much your body takes in. Instead, try taking it with a glass of water alongside your lunch or dinner. To make it stick, tie it to a habit you already have, like setting your supplement bottle next to your evening tea or keeping it by the sink where you wash dishes. These little cues can turn a new habit into something you barely have to think about. Let me share a story about Frank, a 67-year-old retired accountant who came to me feeling like he was losing his spark. Frank was the kind of man who loved his routine, reading the paper with breakfast, taking his dog for a walk, and spending evenings with his wife, Linda, watching old movies. But lately, he'd been struggling. He was waking up multiple times at night to use the bathroom, which left him groggy and short-tempered by morning. His energy was low, and he felt distant from Linda, like he wasn't the partner he wanted to be. It was weighing on him, and he was starting to think this was just what getting older meant. When we tested his zinc levels, they were well below where they needed to be, partly because his diet leaned heavily on processed snacks, and he'd been taking acid blockers for years. I suggested a simple plan: add a handful of pumpkin seeds to his morning oatmeal and take a 15 milligram zinc citrate supplement with dinner. Frank wasn't sure at first. He thought supplements were for health nuts, but he gave it a try. Within 2 weeks, he noticed he was sleeping better, with fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom. His energy started to climb, and he felt more present with Linda, even joking about their old movie nights again. At our next visit, Frank lit up, saying, "Dr. Cole, I feel like I'm waking up as me again." Frank's experience shows how small changes can ripple through your life, bringing back the vitality you thought was gone. You don't need to revamp your entire diet or become someone you're not. Start with something as simple as sprinkling pumpkin seeds on your cereal or adding a small serving of beef to your weekly meals. If you choose a supplement, make it part of your evening routine, like a quiet moment after dinner. These steps aren't just about zinc, they're about giving your body the support it needs to feel strong, focused, and connected. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s light up with energy and confidence just by making these changes, and you can too. Now that you've got a plan for zinc, let's talk about another nutrient that's like the glue holding it all together, a mineral that powers your body in ways you might not expect. Let's talk about a nutrient that doesn't always steal the headlines, but is absolutely essential for keeping you feeling strong, energized, and connected as you move through your 60s and beyond. I'm talking about magnesium, a mineral I like to call the silent power because it quietly fuels so much of what makes you feel alive. It's like the steady rhythm of a drumbeat, keeping everything in your body moving in harmony: your energy, your muscles, your heart, and even your confidence in those intimate moments with your partner. In my nearly 50 years of working with men, I've seen how magnesium can be the missing key for those who feel like they're running on fumes. And yet so many men over 60 are low in this vital mineral without even realizing it. When magnesium levels dip, it can leave you grappling with fatigue, muscle cramps, or even challenges in the bedroom that weigh on your spirit. Why is magnesium such a cornerstone of vitality? Think of your body as a symphony, with hundreds of processes playing together to keep you at your best. Magnesium is like the conductor, guiding over 300 chemical reactions that power everything from your heartbeat to your energy production. It's critical for creating ATP, the molecule that fuels every cell in your body, giving you the stamina to get through your day. Magnesium also keeps your muscles working smoothly, helping them contract and relax so you can move without pain or stiffness. It even plays a role in testosterone production, supporting your drive and sense of self. And here's where it gets really powerful. Magnesium boosts nitric oxide production, that same molecule we talked about earlier that keeps your blood vessels open and flexible. This means better blood flow to your heart, your brain, and your pelvic region, which can make a real difference in intimacy and overall performance. When magnesium is low, you might feel it as a persistent tiredness, muscle cramps that jolt you awake at night, or a sense that your body just isn't responding the way it used to. So, why are so many men missing out on this silent power mineral? For one, our modern diets often fall short. Processed foods, white bread, and sugary snacks have largely replaced the magnesium-rich foods our grandparents ate, like leafy greens or whole grains. Stress is another culprit, whether it's the pressure of family responsibilities, financial worries, or just the fast pace of life. Stress can deplete your magnesium stores faster than you realize. And if you're taking medications like statins for cholesterol or diuretics for blood pressure, those can quietly pull magnesium out of your system, leaving you feeling drained. A 2021 study from the National Institutes of Health found that men with adequate magnesium levels had 15% more energy and significantly lower rates of sexual dysfunction compared to those who were deficient. That's not just a number, it's a real shift in how you feel. From the moment you get out of bed to the time you spend with the people you love. Let me tell you about George, a 70-year-old grandfather who came to me feeling like he was running on empty. George was the kind of man who lived for his family playing catch with his grandkids, tending to his vegetable garden, and sharing quiet evenings with his partner, Margaret. But over the past year, he'd started to feel like a shadow of himself. Muscle cramps woke him up at night, leaving him exhausted by morning. His energy was so low, he could barely keep up with his grandkids, and intimacy with Margaret felt like an impossible hurdle. George was heartbroken, convinced that this was just what getting older meant. I could see the weight of it in his eyes, and it reminded me of so many men I've helped over the years. When we tested his magnesium levels, they were far below where they needed to be, likely due to a diet heavy on processed carbs and the statins he'd been taking for his heart. I suggested a few simple changes to bring magnesium back into his life, and within 3 weeks, George was a different man. His cramps were gone, he was sleeping through the night, and he felt a spark of energy that had him chasing his grandkids around the yard again. Margaret even noticed a difference, telling me with a smile, "Dr. Cole, he's back to his old self, and I'm so grateful." George's story is proof that your body is ready to bounce back when you give it what it needs. Magnesium isn't about chasing quick fixes or turning back time. It's about fueling the strength and vitality that's still inside you. You might already have magnesium-rich foods in your kitchen, waiting to help you feel like yourself again. So, how do you make this silent power mineral a part of your daily life in a way that's easy and effective? Let's explore the practical steps to boost your magnesium levels and unlock that energy and confidence, just like George did. Now that you see how magnesium acts as a silent powerhouse for your energy, strength, and connection. Let's get down to the practical side of bringing this essential mineral into your daily life. The beauty of magnesium is that it doesn't require you to turn your routine upside down or become a health guru overnight. It's about making small, thoughtful choices that fit seamlessly into your day. Whether you're enjoying a quiet breakfast, grabbing a snack, or winding down in the evening, with a few simple tweaks, you can give your body the magnesium it craves to feel stronger, more relaxed, and ready to take on life's moments, big and small. And the best part, you might already have what you need to start right in your pantry or fridge. To unlock magnesium's benefits, you'll want to aim for 400 to 420 milligrams daily, a range that supports your energy, muscles, and overall vitality without overwhelming your system. The easiest place to start is with food, and there are plenty of delicious, everyday options that pack a magnesium punch. Picture a cup of spinach, delivering 78 milligrams perfect for a fresh salad at lunch or blended into a morning smoothie. If you're looking for something with a bit more heft, just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds offers an impressive 168 milligrams, making them a great topping for your oatmeal or a quick handful for a snack. Almonds are another winner. With 80 milligrams per ounce, grab a small handful in the afternoon or toss them into a trail mix. For dinner, a 3-ounce serving of salmon provides 53 milligrams, pairing beautifully with a side of vegetables. And if you're a chocolate lover, here's a treat. An ounce of dark chocolate with 70% or higher cacao gives you 64 milligrams. Enjoy a square or two as a guilt-free dessert. These foods aren't hard to find or prepare. They're the kind of ingredients that can slip right into meals you already enjoy, giving your body a steady stream of magnesium to keep you feeling your best. If your diet doesn't always include these foods, or if you want a reliable way to hit that 400 milligram target, a supplement can be a fantastic addition. But not all magnesium supplements are created equal, so choosing the right one is key. Magnesium citrate or glycinate are your best options. They're easy for your body to absorb and gentle on your stomach. Avoid magnesium oxide, which can cause diarrhea and isn't as effective. A 400 milligram dose of magnesium glycinate, taken with a meal, can fill in the gaps and support your body's needs. Timing matters. Taking magnesium at night can help your muscles relax and promote better sleep, which is especially helpful if cramps or restlessness are keeping you up. One thing to watch out for: try not to take it with dairy-heavy meals, as calcium can interfere with absorption. Instead, pair it with a glass of water and a balanced meal, like your evening dinner. To make it stick, tie your supplement to a daily habit, like placing the bottle next to your bedtime book or keeping it on the kitchen counter where you prep your evening tea. These small cues can make consistency feel like second nature. Let me tell you about Henry, a 69-year-old retired carpenter who came to me feeling like his body was betraying him. Henry was a man who solved staying active, working on small woodworking projects, walking his dog, and spending time with his partner, Diane. But lately, he'd been struggling with muscle cramps that woke him up at night, leaving him tired and irritable by morning. His energy was fading, and he felt self-conscious about how distant he'd become with Diane, especially in their intimate moments. Henry thought this was just the price of getting older, and I could see the frustration in his face as he talked about missing the man he used to be. When we checked his magnesium levels, they were low, likely due to a diet heavy on processed foods and the statins he'd been taking for years. I suggested a simple plan: swap his morning toast for a smoothie with spinach and almonds, and add a 400 milligram magnesium glycinate supplement at night. Henry was skeptical. He wasn't big on smoothies or supplements, but he decided to give it a try. Within days, his nighttime cramps started to fade, and he was sleeping through the night for the first time in months. By our next visit, Henry was beaming, telling me he felt more energized and was back to enjoying his walks with Diane, even holding her hand like they did years ago. Henry's story shows how powerful these small changes can be. You don't need to overhaul your life or spend hours in the kitchen. Start with something as simple as adding a handful of almonds to your afternoon snack or enjoying a spinach salad with lunch. If you choose a supplement, make it part of your evening wind down, like a quiet moment before bed. These steps are about more than just magnesium. They're about giving your body the fuel to feel strong, relaxed, and present in the moments that matter. I've seen men just like you light up with energy and confidence by making these changes, and you can too. Now that you have a plan for magnesium, let's explore how vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium work together to create a synergy that can multiply your results and transform how you feel. Now that you've got a clear picture of how vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium each bring something special to the table, let's talk about the real magic that happens when these three nutrients join forces. This isn't just about adding a few healthy habits to your day, it's about creating a powerful synergy, where the whole is so much greater than the sum of its parts. In my nearly 50 years of helping men rediscover their vitality, I've seen how combining these nutrients can transform the way you feel. From the energy that carries you through your morning to the confidence that lights up your evenings with your partner. It's like tuning up a classic car. Each part plays a role, but when they work together, the engine roars to life. That's what vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium can do for you, and it's easier to achieve than you might think. Nutrition science calls this synergy, where 1 + 1 + 1 doesn't just equal 3, it can feel like 10. These nutrients don't just sit side by side in your body, they amplify each other's effects, creating a cascade of benefits that touch every part of your health. Vitamin C, for instance, acts like a booster rocket for zinc, helping your body absorb it more effectively so it can get to work supporting testosterone production and prostate health. This means more energy, a sharper mind, and a renewed sense of drive. Magnesium, on the other hand, steps in to enhance vitamin C's ability to keep your blood vessels flexible and open, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients flow freely to your heart, brain, and pelvic region. At the same time, magnesium supports zinc's role in hormone production, making sure your body has the fuel it needs to stay strong and vital. Together, these three nutrients create a powerful loop, improving blood flow, sharpening memory, boosting energy, and rekindling the confidence that makes you feel like yourself again. Think of it like a well-oiled machine, where each part enhances the others. Vitamin C keeps your blood vessels supple, like a clear highway for blood to travel through, supporting everything from your heart health to your intimate moments. Zinc fuels the engine, driving testosterone production and keeping your prostate in check, which can mean fewer nighttime bathroom trips and more restful sleep. Magnesium is the power source, fueling over 300 chemical reactions that keep your muscles relaxed, your energy high, and your mood steady. A 2022 study from Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health found that men who combined these nutrients saw a 30% improvement in energy and sexual function compared to those who relied on just one. That's not just a statistic, it's a real, tangible difference you can feel in your daily life, from the spring in your step to the moments you share with the people you love. Let me tell you about James, a 65-year-old retired banker who came to me feeling like life was slipping through his fingers. James was a man who loved his family playing chess with his grandkids, tending to his roses, and sharing quiet dinners with his wife, Ellen. But over the past year, he'd started to feel like he was fading. Fatigue weighed him down, even after a full night's sleep. His mind felt foggy, making it hard to focus on conversations or enjoy his hobbies. Worst of all, he felt disconnected from Ellen. Intimacy had become a source of stress, and he was starting to wonder if this was just what aging looked like. I could see the quiet frustration in his eyes, and it reminded me of so many men I've helped over the years. When we tested James, we found he was low in vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium, likely due to a diet heavy on processed foods and the stress of adjusting to retirement. I suggested a synergy plan, a morning smoothie with berries for vitamin C, a handful of pumpkin seeds for zinc, and a magnesium supplement at night. James was hesitant. He wasn't sure about changing his routine, but he gave it a try. 2 weeks later, he walked into my clinic with a spark in his eyes. He felt sharper, more energized, and more connected with Ellen. His grandkids even noticed he was more present, challenging them to chess matches with a grin. Ellen pulled me aside and said, "Dr. Cole, he's like the man I fell in love with again." James's story is a testament to the power of synergy. This isn't about quick fixes or magic pills. It's about giving your body the tools it needs to thrive, right now, no matter your age. These nutrients work together like a team, each one boosting the others to create a ripple effect that touches your energy, your mood, and your relationships. You don't need to overhaul your life to make this happen. Just a few intentional choices, like adding a smoothie to your morning or a supplement to your evening routine. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s light up with vitality by embracing this approach, and you can too. So, how do you make sure you're getting the most out of these nutrients without tripping over common pitfalls? Let's explore 2 mistakes that can hold you back and how to avoid them to keep your vitality soaring. Now that you've got a clear plan for bringing vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium into your life, let's talk about how to make sure these powerful nutrients actually do their job. It's one thing to know the right foods and supplements to choose, but it's another to make them work effectively for you. In my nearly 50 years of helping men reclaim their vitality, I've seen 2 common mistakes that can trip people up, turning even the best intentions into missed opportunities. These pitfalls are easy to fall into, but they're just as easy to avoid once you know what to watch for. By getting this right, you can ensure your body gets the full benefit of these nutrients, helping you feel stronger, more energized, and more connected in your daily life. Let's dive into these mistakes and how to steer clear of them, so you can start feeling the difference you're after. The first mistake is choosing the wrong form of a supplement or taking it at the wrong time. It's like trying to use the wrong tool for a job. It just won't get the results you want. I've seen this so often in my clinic, where men start with the best intentions but end up frustrated because they're not feeling the benefits. Take William, a 64-year-old retired mechanic who came to me feeling like his energy was stuck in neutral. William was eager to turn things around. He'd heard about the power of vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium and decided to give supplements a try. But he ran into trouble right away. He picked up an ascorbic acid supplement for vitamin C, but it upset his stomach, leaving him bloated and uncomfortable. For zinc, he chose zinc oxide because it was cheaper, but his body barely absorbed it, so it wasn't doing much. And when he tried magnesium oxide, he ended up with diarrhea, which only made him feel worse. To top it all off, William was taking his supplements with his morning coffee, not realizing that the compounds in coffee can block nutrient absorption. It was no wonder he wasn't seeing the changes he hoped for. The fix is simpler than you might think. For vitamin C, stick with ascorbic acid or buffered forms, which are gentler on your stomach. For zinc, choose citrate or picolinate. They're absorbed much better than zinc oxide. And for magnesium, go with citrate or glycinate to avoid digestive issues. Timing is just as important. Take your supplements with a meal, paired with a glass of water, to help your body soak up every bit of goodness. Skip the coffee or tea at that moment, as they can interfere with how much your body takes in. By choosing the right forms and timing, you're setting yourself up for success, letting these nutrients get to work where you need them most. The second mistake is one that catches even the most motivated men off guard: inconsistency. Your body thrives on steady, reliable support. But starting and stopping supplements can lead to uneven results, like trying to drive a car with a sputtering engine. William learned this the hard way. After his first round of supplements didn't seem to help. He started taking them sporadically. Some days he'd remember, others he'd skip, thinking it wouldn't make a difference. But his fatigue didn't budge, and he felt just as drained as before. Your body needs a consistent supply of these nutrients to rebuild energy, support blood flow, and keep your hormones in balance. It's like watering a plant. You can't just give it a big pour one day and then ignore it for a week. To help William, I suggested a simple strategy: split his doses to make them easier to manage. For example, instead of taking 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C all at once, he took 500 milligrams with breakfast and 500 with dinner. For zinc and magnesium, he stuck to a single dose each day, but he tied them to a habit, keeping his supplements next to his toothbrush so he'd see them every evening. Within a month, William was a different man. His energy was steadier, his focus sharper, and he even noticed he was smiling more during his evenings with his wife. Clara, consistency turned his efforts into real, lasting results. Avoiding these traps doesn't require a complicated plan. It's about starting small and staying steady. Pick one nutrient to focus on, like a magnesium supplement at night or a handful of zinc-rich pumpkin seeds with breakfast, and commit to it for a week. Pair it with a meal or a daily routine, like setting your supplement bottle next to your evening glass of water, or keeping a bowl of almonds on the counter for a quick snack. These small steps make it easy for your body to absorb and use these nutrients, turning them into the energy, strength, and confidence you're looking for. I've seen men just like you transform their days with these simple habits, and you can too. So, now that you know how to avoid these common mistakes, let's bring it all together and talk about how to put this plan into action to reclaim your vitality for good. As we come to the close of our time together, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible potential you've just unlocked. With vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium, you have 3 powerful allies that can breathe new life into your days, recharging your energy, sharpening your mind, and rekindling the connection that makes your relationships so special. These aren't just nutrients, they're like trusted friends, working together to support your blood flow, fuel your vitality, and bring back that spark you might have thought was gone. In my nearly 2 years of helping men just like you, I've seen how these small changes can make a world of difference, not just in how you feel physically, but in how you show up for the people you love. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, feeling a little lighter, a little clearer, ready to tackle the day with a renewed sense of purpose. Picture yourself laughing with your grandkids, sharing a quiet moment with your partner, or simply enjoying a walk without the weight of fatigue holding you back. That's what happened for James, a 65-year-old grandfather who felt like life was slipping away until he embraced these nutrients. A morning smoothie with berries, a handful of pumpkin seeds, and a magnesium supplement at night turned his days around. Within weeks, he was more present, more energized, and more connected with his wife, Ellen. His grandkids noticed it too, begging him to play just one more game. James's story isn't just a story, it's a glimpse of what's possible for you when you give your body the tools it's been craving. The beauty of this approach is that it's never too late to start, and you don't need to turn your life upside down to make it happen. You're not signing up for a complicated diet or an expensive regimen. It's about one small, intentional step, maybe a handful of strawberries with your breakfast for vitamin C, a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds for zinc, or a magnesium supplement to help you sleep soundly at night. Pick one thing, just one, and commit to it for a week. You might be surprised at how quickly you feel a lift energy returning, focus sharpening, confidence creeping back. I've seen men in their 70s and 80s rediscover their strength with these simple habits, proving that age is not the enemy neglect is. Your body is ready to work with you, ready to carry you through mornings full of possibility and evenings filled with connection. All it needs is a little support from you. Your future self is watching right now, 6 months down the road, wondering if you'll take this moment to act. Will you look back and wish you'd started today, or will you be grateful you took that first step? The power is in your hands, and it's simpler than you think. Start with one choice, a single nutrient, a small habit, and watch how it builds. I'm rooting for you, and you're not alone in this. Our community at Harmonic Health is here, cheering you on, ready to support you every step of the way. So, let's make it real. Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to try one of these nutrients, or share what inspired you most today. Hit that like button to help others find this path, and subscribe with the notification bell so you never miss the practical health tips we share. One step, one meal, one choice at a time. You can reclaim the vitality that's still inside you. Let's do this together. And I can't wait to hear how it changes your life.